What's going on, everybody? Welcome to AfterPrisonShow, and it is me and Cody here, ruling the world, hoping that Joe and his beautiful wife are having a great time in Key West, Florida, because I am. I'm having a good time. I'm doing whatever I want for this week. One of those things is going through Joe's closet. You think he'll be mad I'm wearing this shirt, Cody?
No, I think he'll be fine.
You think he'll be fine?
Yeah.
He'll get over it. Well, we're just sitting here and we were wondering what we were going to do, and I figured, man, I'd tell y'all a prison story about Mr. Jones and my butt. Yeah, that prop. Oh, can we cut that out? Oh, we can. Thank you. Mr. Jones and my butt. Wow, this is going to be a great story. You know, I've been all over. I've been in and out of prison, jail, programs, everything my entire life. And for some reason, one time, I found myself in a level 5 maximum security penitentiary. I'm not supposed to be there. I am not a level 5 inmate, but yes, I did find myself there. Luckily, it was just for receiving. I guess they didn't have any room anywhere else at any other receiving camp because they decided to send me to this level 5 maximum security penitentiary. And here I was only probably 18 or 19 years old, and they shipped me out of the jail. I showed up there and it was absolutely crazy. I mean, to get the cuffs and the shackles off, you know, they laid us on the concrete, on the tarmac out front of the penitentiary on our face and removed the hardware, as they call it, the hardware. Yeah, because it's hard and we have to wear it. Well, we get to this place and I'm a little shook, but you know, you got to play the, what you looking at, punk? You got to play that role, but I didn't play it so well, so mine was more like, hey, I go hard, just try me. Nobody tried me. Thank God. 18, I was a little punk. I probably weighed like 150 pounds. Wise ass. It's terrible. So we get here, we get in, the shower, the shaving, the buzzing of the head. We do all that stuff. I get in here and I realize that they don't let you outside very much. But at this time, you were allowed to smoke in prison. Thank God I was allowed to smoke cigarettes. They gave you something to do. Like, I would sit in my cell all day long just rolling up personal cigarettes. They call them roll-ups. I would just roll them up, buy a big old bag of tobacco like this on commissary and just sit there and roll up cigarettes. And they let us out 2 times a day. Usually, when I would go to breakfast, I would bring a cigarette with me to smoke on the way back, but I'd also smoke one on the way there. So I'm smoking my cigarette on the way there. I get there, and instead of walking in the door, I stand outside and I'm waiting to finish my cigarette, and I'm letting everybody go in behind me. Well, I waited to be last, and the guard at the door, so he shut the door in my face, and he sent me back to the building. And on the way back to the building, I acted a fool. I tried to show my butt a little bit, as they say, you know, get a little buck in me. Well, as I was walking back, some lady that worked there, who I found out later on is the librarian, she said something smart along the lines of real grown up, or I don't know, Cody, what's something else you would say to somebody who's throwing a freaking hissy fit?
Get over it.
To all you ladies out there, if you've ever been told to get over it or relax, you know how I'm feeling when this lady told me to grow up, or whatever it was she said. So she said something to me along those lines of get over it, and I was like, you know, basically I looked at her and was like, get over it. So instead of flicking her off like I probably should have done, or shouldn't have done, that I guess that doesn't make any sense, but I guess flicking her off would have been better than what I chose to do. Instead of doing that, I just pulled my junies out, bent over, touched my toes, and looked at her between my legs. It looked like she was smiling, but that's only because I was upside down. Yo, I swear to God, I don't know what I was thinking, but I stood up and pulled my pants up and kept it moving. I got back to the building. Well, about an hour later, they're like, lockdown! And they lock, everybody's going in their cells. Everybody's like, we've only been out for 30 minutes. You know, everybody's crying. They come straight to my cell, the goon squad. They're like 6 deep. They got on the gear, and they come and they grab me up, chain me up, and drag me out of the pod. And you know me, I'm like, why are you doing this? What did I do? I didn't do anything. Little did I know that they took this as a serious offense. They started telling me different things like, you could be a registered sex offender for pulling your butt out on an innocent, unsuspecting female. I was just like in shock, like, I'm gonna have to register for mooning? Like, it made no sense to me. We get to the hole, I'm in the hole, and I'm losing my mind in this hole, and then it happens. They're like, calm down. You know, your hearing's tomorrow. You'll probably be out of here if it was a misunderstanding. I was like, yeah, it was just a misunderstanding. Well, the next day comes and the hearing starts and the lady that I mooned is not there. And they're telling me that if she's not here, they can't hold the hearing and that I'll have to remain in the hole. And I said, well, where is she? Can we call her? Can we go get this lady? And they said, no, she's on maternity leave. So now I have mooned an expecting mother. So the next day comes, and sure enough, we get to that hearing, and the lady that I mooned is not there. So, as anybody would, thinking about going to court, you know, because my first thought is, this is good. The person who is accusing me of a crime is not here. Come on, null pros this thing. Find me innocent. Dismiss the charges. No. She's on leave. They tell me, sorry, Ms. Tordov, you're going to have to sit in the hole until she comes back from her leave. I said, are you kidding me? You can't leave me in there. Do you know who is across the hall from me? They just smiled and said, that's Mr. Jones. He's fine. You'll be fine. So now let me tell you what happened the night prior. I'm sitting in this cell, and you got nothing to do in the hole but push-ups, read, and stare out your window. You got like a window like this big. You just be in the window like. And then when you try to see something, you're trying to look around the corner. Just, can you imagine this is all you got? Well, I went to that window and I noticed that there was somebody in his window across from me. So I looked at him and I kind of gave him the what's up, you know, like, hey. Man, this dude gave me the craziest look. Immediately, I felt like if the doors were open, that man would have tried to rape me. He was just in his window like. Now, I couldn't hear him, but I knew his breath was just like. And the reason why I knew that his breath was like. Is because like it just kept fogging up and then go away and then he'd fog it up again and he is just staring at me. Little bit of spittle, some drool, and I'm scared. I'm absolutely scared out of my mind. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God. I've been locked up not that long and I think I just met Bubba. Like I was really like thinking like, man, if this dude gets a chance, he will be all up inside of my junies like the cream in a Twinkie. It will be so disgusting. Oh my God, he'd be like the machine that fills the donuts with jelly or something. I was very frightened. So I began to bang on the door. Boom, 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 boom. And they came. Thank God. I was like, yo, you gotta get me out of here. That guy keeps staring at me crazy and I feel like, they were like, dude, you're locked in there. He's locked in there. Nothing's gonna happen. And you know, so I just sat down. They were like, look, it's inevitable. You're going to be here. I laid down. I read my book. I jerked off once or twice. Don't judge me. It was a very good book. It was a very, very good book. And then I decided I'm going to go back to the window. But then this thing became a game. You know, I would creep up to the window. The window's up here. Creep up to the window. And then like peek. And every time, he was in his window waiting on me to come and look out of my window. And finally, I didn't know what to do, and I decided, you know what? Might as well get a laugh out of this thing. So I just looked at him and went, hey. He didn't wave back. He just continued to stare at me and breathe. I'm trying to fog up the glass, but there's no glass there. So look. This is the moralist story. This is what I wanted to tell you, right? There are some people in these places that deserve to be in these places. You know, They need to be caged. They need to be locked away because they're not safe to be around everybody else. These people just aren't safe in society. So when my time in the hole came to a close, they came and they got me out of here. And sure enough, old Mr. Jones was in his window watching me get shook down and patted and packing my stuff up. And when I left, I was like, they were right. There was nothing to be afraid of. So I looked at him and I was like, hey, bye. I waved at him, made faces, whatever. And then, boom, 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 just started banging and kicking all over the damn door. The police chased me down. I took off running. I had one shackle on my ankle. The cuffs were like this. I was holding the bag, tripped over there, and they just laughed at me. They knew I couldn't get nowhere. I was in a level 5 maximum security penitentiary in the most secured area of that prison. There was no going nowhere. It was just a hallway with 2 doors with another door on the other side of the door that had a door where there was some other things, and there was no way I was going anywhere. But it was funny because he was trying to put the thing on me and it scared them too, but they knew what was going on. I'm so glad that I haven't dreamt about Mr. Jones in a long time. It's been a long time. I hope after I tell y'all this story that I don't start dreaming about him again. It was a weird dream. I'm not telling you about it. Don't ask. I'm sure everybody's had scary moments being locked up or heard stories of people that have done crazy things to other people. And it is something that happens in prison. Not all the time. Not all the time, but it is something that happens because there's a lot of people in there that should be there. Thank God Mr. Jones was not my cellmate. You know what they say, sleep on your belly, get by your cell. So I'm glad that Mr. Jones wasn't my cellmate, or else he'd have tried mating in the cell. Look, this is my Joe impression. I only know a little bit of this. Hey, look, that's it. If you like this video, leave a comment telling me what you thought about me and Mr. Jones, about my performance, about me staying here, because I want you to know this is crazy. Joe's not here. I'm doing whatever I want. I'm losing my freaking mind. I'm uncomfortable in front of the camera for some odd reason. I have no clue why. I like to talk, so I don't know what the deal is. But y'all know what it is, man. Enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace!